Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. It's the start of Season 2 today, and we've made a lot of changes over summer which we need to talk about. First of all, though, I do want to start off with a little apology. Basically, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have known that I've had tons of Wi-Fi issues the past few days. I've also been affected by the O2 network that's been down in the UK. So I've had no internet access for a couple of days, really, which has been a little bit annoying. It meant that we had a few videos delayed. It meant that the last episode, the playoff episode, last episode, went up as a premiere. We put that as a premiere, so it's like a live video that I can watch with you guys at the same time. We can all talk with each other. It meant that I missed it because I had no Wi-Fi at the time to watch it, unfortunately. So apologies for missing that. Hopefully, though, we're going to be back on track with videos and stuff now. So hopefully there'll be no more Wi-Fi issues. Should be sorted out now, which is good. Anyway, other than that, welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. I hope you're all doing well. To recap last season, then Season 1, we started off well with 3 wins, and then we went into a really bad patch of form. Then changed formation, did really well, got to the playoffs, and lost in the playoff final, which was very unfortunate. So hopefully this season, we're going to turn things around. I say turn things around. We did pretty well last season coming second in the table, but hopefully we can go one step further and win the title this year. So then, I think, first of all, we have to show you the ins and outs at the club. Now, there's been a few players leaving, a few players joining. We've kept probably the core part of the squad together, which is quite good, I think. But we have got some new signings that are coming in. Hopefully they're going to make a huge difference this season. So a few players were released at the end of last season when their contracts finished. Paul Grimes retired, first of all, so Paul is now having a happy retirement from football. Andy Toyne left the club. I don't think he played too much. Tom Garrick left. Josh Nichol left. Rob Norris left. Sean Wright left. We wanted to keep him, but he just didn't want to sign a new contract, unfortunately. Phil McGann left, the backup goalkeeper. Most of all, though, I'm just upset about Kev. You know, he wasn't going to get a work permit, and unfortunately, that meant no contract for him. So, unfortunately, Kev left. Has he signed anywhere else, actually, interestingly? Has anyone else signed Kev? If they have, I'll be very cross. No, he's still unattached, which is sad because I wanted to play football, but it's good because I'd hate it if someone else had him. That then means we have to look at all transfers now. So, a few more players have left. Scott Matthews, we mentioned last episode, actually, he's left on a free transfer. He wants to leave the club, so he's gone. James Blunden, Marlon Grundy and Luke Hornsey all have gone out on loan just because I think they've got some good potential, but they don't quite have the current ability at the club. So hopefully going on loan will help them out a little bit. So they're the outs this season. And now let's have a look at the ins. Basically, over pre-season, we, rather than scouting out players, because it takes a long time with our one scout to scout them out, we probably handed out about 200 or so trials to players, and these 12 are the ones that impressed the most, really. Apart from these 2 from Lincoln actually on loan, we've got 2 players on loan from Lincoln who are very good, actually. Tim Akinola is the first one. He's the first signing that we made. Left-sided midfielder. Not quite in that attacking midfield position, but he can play there as well. So he's going to be quite good with 3-star current ability and 5-star potential. Only 18 years old as well, so got a lot of time to improve, and hopefully, if he doesn't sign for Lincoln City in future, we can try and sign him permanently here. Not sure how much he'll start because we've got another left-sided player I think that we can probably use a little bit more than Tim, but expect to see him at some point this season. Duncan Iden is also the other player we've got in on loan from Lincoln City. He is a centre-back. I think he's 4-star, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Again, 18 years old, on loan from Lincoln City. Really, really good player. Has scored a few goals in the FA Youth Cup for Lincoln City in real life this season, so he's doing quite well in real life. He's come to us this season. Hopefully, is going to be a solid part of the defence alongside Michael Jacklin. Was on loan last season actually in the league above us, or like the tier above us at Hitchin Town. So hopefully he'll come and bring in plenty of experience. Hopefully he'll be quite suited to this level. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how he plays. The first permanent signing is striker Jack Warrener, 2.5-star current ability but 5-star potential. He looks pretty good as a poacher at 19 years old. He was let go of Gateshead, actually. Gateshead let him go at the end of last season, and we decided to try and sign him. We needed some more strikers after Paul Grimes, Tom Nichol, and Kev left the club. We only had Connor Robinson left behind with us. So Jack Warrener comes in. I think he's got potential to be a Vanarama North-South striker in future. So a few of the players that we've signed actually have got their young ones with potential for that kind of Vanarama National League North and South. So that's 2 divisions higher than us. So fingers crossed, we could probably try and keep a core part of a squad together for the next few seasons until we get to the Panorama North and South. After that, we have to start looking to the future a bit more. But we could be future-proof for the next 2, 3, 4 seasons if we're careful. Next up is another centre-back. Cameron Fulks comes in this time. Another 2.5-star current ability player, but another 5-star potential player. I think he's also Vanarama National League North and South as well potential. So another good one for the future potentially as well. He's very well suited to our level as well. As you can see, his attributes are pretty decent where they need to be. His technicals, where they need to be, are very good. Other than that, they are absolutely abysmal. So ignore his technicals apart from heading, marking, tackling, because that's what he needs as a centre-back. He was let go from Doncaster, actually, at the end of last season. All these players, I think a lot of these players actually have been let go from the youth system. A lot of them are young players. In fact, I think all of them could be young players rather than old players. It wouldn't be a Tom side, really. It wouldn't be a TomFM side if we didn't just sign loads of teenagers for the first team, because that's literally what I do in every save with every team. Up next is Jack Holmes. Again, another 18-year-old player. This time, 3.5-star current ability in the centre of midfield, but can also play in that CDM position as well. So if you want to go slightly more defensive in some games, that works out quite well for us. Again, a pretty well-rounded player for this kind of level. He came in from Chesterfield in the Vanarama National League, let go from them. So their loss, our gain, basically. I think he's also Vanarama National North-South potential, so that's good to see as well. We really are starting to build a bit of a squad for the future. Another central midfielder this time, Ryan Scholes-Beard, comes in, another 3.5-star current ability with 5-star potential player. He comes in as another central midfielder, as I say. Both of them are well suited to this central midfield position rather than being specific positions like a box-to-box midfielder or a playmaker, which might not be the best. We may have to sort of rotate them around a little bit and maybe get someone else in there who's a bit more specialised in the central midfield. But they're two very good midfielders, which I think are going to be great additions to the squad. Ryan comes in from Oldham, so again, a good pedigree of football there. And he's also got Vanarama North-South potential. So again, really good stuff, I think. Another striker now, 17-year-old Reagan Hutchinson comes in with 3-star current ability. Neither of the two strikers that we've brought in, I think we only brought 2 in, neither of them are going to be able to replace Connor Robinson, but they've got good potential and they're also very, very young as well. So we've got a lot of time to try and progress and grow with them. Again, his stats are pretty good. He's got 14 finishing, which for this level is really, really top quality. His pace is only 7 though, which will maybe let him down a little bit. He was let go from Rotherham, so a really decent club actually. So, you know, they may be missing him in the future. And again, he's also got a good potential. It doesn't tell you actually what league potential wise yet. So potentially he could be better than Vanarama National League North and South. Also could be worse. Bradley Roberts comes in as a left-back, 3-star current ability, again, 5-star potential. Not quite the best left-back in what we're looking for, but we needed a bit more cover there. His crossing, as I say, that's kind of poor at 3. I mean, that is really poor, so he's more of a defensive player than an offensive player. But I think for what we need, he could be quite a good backup this season. Again, he's come in from Wigan, actually, so another decent club. He's got a good potential again as well, 5-star potential, as we can see. Slightly better than Corrigan, apparently, but I think Corrigan, if we click on him quickly, he's got better crossing and things like that. And I quite like that sort of crossing ability that we have with our fullbacks and things like that. So we'll see how they fit together, but Bradley Roberts probably might just actually be second best to Louis Corrigan this season. Next up is Daniel Aitken. He comes in as a attacking midfielder on the right-hand side of the pitch. He's actually not on a contract. He's on like non-contract terms. We've got a few players actually who have come in on non-contract terms rather than paying them wages, which is handy for us because it means we don't have to pay as much money out, but it does mean that any club can come in at any point and bid for him and he could just go if he wanted to. So there's less financial strain for us, but more risk for us because they could just go at some point, at any point they want to. Same time, we could just turn out the contract if they play poorly, so that's another thing. But Daniel Aitken comes in on the right-hand side of the pitch. We needed a bit more cover there. He's not the best, but he's got 5-star potential. Again, 5-star potential gets him to that Vanarama National North and South, which is pretty decent. He came in from Bradford, actually, so he's been playing with the Bradford youth team. So hopefully he's got some good football and pedigree with him. Jake Walker is up next. He's also the right back, this one, actually. We brought another right midfielder in as well, I think, actually. So Jake Walker is the right back. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential again. He's got 10 crossing, which is very, very good. That is what I want to see from my fullbacks, that kind of ability. So on the left-hand side, where the player we had wasn't that great, this guy is so much better, I think. He's coming from Aston Villa Youth Academy, which is quite good. And again, his reports suggest that he's going to be quite a good player in future for the Vanarama National League North and South. The only issue we have, though, is Palling was pretty decent last season with assists. So we've got some good competition. Palling's crossing is only 6. That's not great. This guy's got 10. So ideally, Jake Walker would have more assists, but Jason Palling was really good last season for the assists he got, so we'll have to try and rotate those two around a little bit as well. Harry Robinson is the other guy that we brought in on the right hand side of midfield, attacking midfielder on the right. 3-star current ability with 5-star potential. Again, non-contract terms for him. He came in from Oldham as well, so another player in from Oldham. And again, he's suited to the Vanarama National North and South in future as well. In fact, it's just Vanarama North and South. It's not National North and South. It's just North and South. So I need to get that in my head. It means that we can free Matt Cotton up to play in the centre of that attacking midfield because after Josh Nicol wanted to leave, last season, he didn't want to sign a new contract. We did lose that position on the right-hand side of the pitch that we needed. Matt Cotton could fill it, but it would leave us vacant in the attacking midfield position where he's more suited and has played a lot better, Matt Cotton. So Harry Robinson is going to come in as that first choice on the right-hand side. And finally, Chris Kelly comes in, the Jamaican guy on the left-hand side of the pitch. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He came in from Fulham, where he's been playing there a little bit. So he's got Premier League pedigree in terms of his training and things like that, which is quite good. He comes in, though, as the best left midfielder we've got, actually. So he's going to be playing there quite a bit. It means Tim Akinola that we brought in as well probably won't play there too much. But again, good potential for Vanarama North and South. So we've really got a very young squad now with a lot of potential. Hopefully we can try and keep together as a tight-knit group. The only issue we have with all this is that our training facilities are poor. They're not very good, which means that our players won't develop that quickly, which again isn't great when we've got such young players and they've got potential, but they just might not be able to reach it because our training facilities aren't that good. Now, potentially what we could do is try and negotiate with Lincoln City, who are our parent club, to use their training facilities. However, I can't negotiate it. It won't let me do it. I know you can do it. I know that you can share training facilities, but we haven't got the option to do that right now. So maybe we'll in future. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I've asked the board to try and improve training facilities. We've not got the money to do that. Money-wise, we're actually looking okay. £27,000 in the black is pretty decent. And we're also massively under the wage budget as well. So we've got a wage budget of 1,800. Last season it was 1,700 and we were pretty much on the limit. But because we've signed new players on very small contracts and a few of them are on non-contract terms, we're only spending £1,300 this season per week. So less than last season. So hopefully we'll make some big savings there. I mean, projection-wise, it's still minus £80,000 for this season apparently. That's what's happened over summer. But last season it was worse and we ended up in the black. So hopefully this season, same thing will happen again. So there we go. They're all the signings that we've made. A few new players to get to know. We'll get to know them through the season though, which is quite good. There's also a few new teams in the league as well. We're still in the Evo-Stick Northern Premier League Division 1 East. We didn't get promoted last season and we have stayed in the same one. I know sometimes with these databases you can get moved across quite a bit and it's a little bit weird. A few new teams in here probably shouldn't be in this division. For example, Bristol Manor Park. I presume they're actually based in Bristol, which is in the southwest of Britain, not really the northeast where we kind of are in the Midlands sort of thing. They're west, not east. They're south, not north. So I don't quite know why they're here, but they are, for example. Bowers and Pitsea are also in our league now, along with Hanwell. They're here. Michelova Sports, they're here. I think they're the 4 new teams. Hanwell, yeah, we mentioned Hanwell, didn't we? So interesting stuff. We're playing Carlton Town today, who are in 4th. Now, last season, Carlton finished down in 16th, so theoretically an easy win. If we look at the season preview, though, I think Carlton have strengthened quite well over the summer. They have done. So they've predicted to come 9th this season. We predicted evens for 2nd, along with, 7 other teams. So interesting that is. It's going to be pretty tight, I think, this next season. Hopefully, though, we will run away with the league this season. Hopefully, if we carry on the form we had last season, it'll be absolutely fine. We'll get promotion and we can sing and dance and forget last season ever happened. Right, then this is the lineup that we're going to use for today's game. Michael Emery stays in goal. We've only got the 1 goalkeeper now. We do have 2 who are currently on trial, Craig Thorsden and Curtis Barraclough. We'll show them next time when we decide to sign one, but they're both youngsters and we'll challenge Michael Emery, although I do know Michael Emery watches this and he tweets about it quite a bit, so I've got to keep him in the lineup to keep him interested. So that's why Michael's still here. I'm only joking. I love Michael. He's a great goalkeeper. I'd play him over De Gea any day. Now, despite new wing-backs coming in, or full-backs who are much better than Palling and Corrigan, we're going to start Palling and Corrigan today just because they're quite well suited to wing-backs and I quite like using wing-backs. So we'll see. We'll rotate them through the season. But today we're going to start with Palling and Corrigan at the full-backs. Jacklin also retains his place in the centre of defence. But Duncan Idahan, the new youngster on loan from Lincoln City, is coming in as well. New boys Holmes and Scholesbeard start in the centre of midfield, which is going to be quite good, with Harry Robinson, the new boy, starting on the right. Chris Kelly starts on the left as well, the new guy on the left-hand side of the pitch. But Cotton and Connor Robinson retain their positions in the centre of attack. So it's a bit of a mix. We've got some old faces and some new faces there. Hopefully the blend is going to work and we're going to do really well this season. Right then, season 2 begins. Kickoff is upon us and we're taking on Carlton Town. Hopefully we're going to start off this season with winning ways. We did last season and, well, it didn't actually work that well. We won the first 3 games of the season and then we lost every game for about 2 months before we turned it around again. So it was okay in the end. Of course, this season, I want us to get off to winning ways again. It will give the boys some confidence. We've played relatively well over pre-season. We beat Lincoln City, actually, in a friendly, which was pretty good. Although, I don't know how strong the Lincoln City squad... In fact, it wasn't strong at all, the Lincoln City squad. I know what it's like. It wasn't strong at all, but we still won. That was a good confidence boost. We've lost 1 or 2 games as well, but they're against some better opposition probably as well. So I think we can be pleased with how we've done over pre-season. Idahan, who's taken the free kick for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, hits the post with his free kick. I may have to look at free kick takers. I don't think I've set it actually for this season. which is perhaps why our centre-back was taking the free kick then. So quite a few new names to learn, actually. We will get round to it. We will learn them all, of course. Let me know in the comment section who you think looks the best. I know we looked at them maybe about 5 minutes ago now, but let me know who you think's the best as Connor Robinson puts the corner onto Matt Cotton's head. And do we need any new players? No, because our two oldest players have just combined there to make it 1-0. In fact, I think it is genuinely worrying. I think Matt Cotton and Connor Robinson are just about the oldest players in the squad now. I don't know how Michael Emery, he must be into his mid to late 20s now, I imagine. Connor Robinson in the game now must be about, Chris Kelly nearly scoring a goal there. That would have been great. Connor Robinson, I think, is maybe 25 now in this. How old is Michael? Michael, please don't think, he's gone away. I just want to see how old Michael is, but I mean, don't think it's rude to reveal ages. Like, I mean, it usually is for women, isn't it? That's the thing that women don't like. I've learned that the hard way. You don't ask a woman how old they are, but I feel like Michael Emery won't be offended. Another corner, though, as Connor Robinson puts it in after he had a decent one-on-one opportunity there. He forged for himself. The corner has come back to him. He can put the cross in. He wasted his time there, to be honest with ourselves here. Kelly now on the ball, puts it in, but no one's there, and the ball gets cleared. 28, Michael. He's 28. I think he's the oldest player we've got in the squad now, I think. How old's Palling? Palling could be quite old, actually, maybe. Palling, if he wants to tell me how old he is, it doesn't, which... He's 23, actually. He's quite young, Palling. Corrigan, also 28 as well. So there's a few players now over the age of 25. And it wouldn't be a TomFM save, really, would it, if I don't start to terminate contracts of players who are over 25 years old? Because I tend to do that. They hit 25, and that's kind of like, well, you're done now, aren't you? You're done. There's always going to be someone who's younger and better. That's what it is. There's always going to be someone who's younger and better, although no one is better than free kicks than Connor Robinson. We saw last episode in the playoffs. He was absolutely deadly from them and nearly scored another absolute screamer there from that free kick if the keeper didn't save it. I think we're unlucky, actually, to be only 1-0 up in this game. We're doing really well. Well, a pretty good first half then. We'll take that definitely. At half-time, 1-0 up. We'll encourage the boys at half-time. We'll tell the assistant to, and he didn't do anything much, really. So thank you very much, my assistant manager. Frickley Town, of course, were made the favourites to win the title, and they're doing their bit right now. They're already winning their game by 3 goals to go top of the table as it stands on day 1 of the season. Tell you what, I'd like us to get another goal or two. I mean, I know that's, I can't just magic it out of nowhere, but I'd like us to get another goal or two. I think another goal or two in this game would really settle us down, really give us some confidence. What I want to do now, though, is I want to bring Daniel Aitken on the right-hand side. Harry Robinson hasn't impressed me so far in this opening game of the season, so Aitken can come on for him. I've got to say Louis Corrigan as well, only on a 6.4. He's not played particularly well, so Roberts is going to come on for him. Was it Bradley Roberts? Yeah, Bradley Roberts comes on for him. As you can see here, wing-back role. To be fair, he's not actually that much worse in that position than Corrigan is, but I prefer like full green, like Palling is. He's full green, whereas if we bring Drake Walker on temporarily, he's not full green, as you can see. He's only half, you see. Saying that, though, that's probably a bit harsh not to play someone. So actually, we'll bring both new fullbacks on as well as Aitken. 3 changes at the same time. We'll make them now. New boys coming on the pitch. Hopefully, they'll change the game even more in our favour. Another highlight now as the game comes towards its close, 70 minutes into it. Looks like it's going towards Carlton there. They've got a lot of space on the right-hand side of the pitch, their right-hand side. Ball comes in towards Lynch, who puts it up. Luckily, Roberts is there and looks switched on enough to deal with the danger. Michael Emery clears it up towards Aitken, who doesn't win the ball. Austin wins it for Carlton, although we win it back now with Walker and Aitken. New boys combining on the right-hand side of the pitch. Scholesby with a beautiful ball up towards Connor Robinson, who looks for his second of the game, his first of the game, actually. Got the assist earlier on, but he gets it. His first of the season to get the campaign up and running. 27 goals he got last season he's got to beat. 27 goals. If you can do that again, I think we are going to get promoted. I mean, look at those stats. We have dominated this game. 11 shots to 1 shot. Possession is 65 to 35. This is a statement of intent. That is clinical, this game. There's a chance now for Carlton, although Holmes gets in the way. And Connor Robinson on the ball once again. Uses his pace to beat the defence. Gets in behind them. Puts it across to Aitken. I'm not quite sure why he's done that, if I'm honest with you. Should have just carried on going. Although, it's come with a goal. Aitken puts the cross onto Chris Kelly's head. He gets his first goal this season. The first new boy to get a goal as well. Chris Kelly on the left-hand side of midfield. Fantastic stuff. Aitken with another free kick. We win a penalty now this time. Connor Robinson is set to take it. I've missed the button to click change. I'm not quite sure how good everyone else is at penalties. Hopefully Connor, though, will make it 4. And he does. 4-0 up. I think that might put us top of the table as things stand on day 1, which is lovely stuff. Well, I've got to say, actually, Aitken has impressed me on that right-hand side. He's been on for 20 minutes, got an assist, and put a good free kick in to win as a penalty. So he's been all right so far. Connor Robinson as well, as per usual, just sort of finishing off where he left off from last season. Started off last season really poorly, but finished it very strongly. Hopefully this season he's going to go all the way through this time, and I can't wait to see how many goals he's going to get at the end of the season. So I've got to say, a good start to the season, that. I'm pretty happy. Okay, this must be one of the most random stats out there. Carlton Town enjoyed a considerable size advantage, weighing on average 5 kilos more per player. I don't think I've ever read that before. I don't think I've ever seen that as a metric used in a football match. Like, I know they use it in rugby to match up the scrums, but I mean, this isn't a scrum. This is a football match, so I'm confused. All right then, next episode, I think we're going to do Stamford and Marks United in a few games' time. So this will come out on Monday, just because over the weekend we're trying to get back to a normal schedule. So Lincoln Loco is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. That's what we're meant to be. We're going to stick with it. So expect the next episode on Monday. That's that then. That is that. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. A great start to the season. If you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here with notifications turned on so you never miss a video. And I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.